Alright, this is pretty funny. Check this out. The other day, me, of all people, was invited to go to a screening of this new Glenn Beck movie called Broke. I'm sure it's about the economy and how everyone in America, well, is broke. I mean, self-explanatory. Well, I have a little problem. I'm not a big fan of Fox News. I mean, seeing as I grew up with nothing but Fox News on TV, I kind of grew sick of it, and then I kind of woke up and realized how biased their media is. And it's not just Fox News, it's any major news corporation, CNN, MSNBC, all of them, they're all biased. They only do it for the commercials, okay? The commercials you watch on those channels when you're watching these news, pay those networks to show their commercials. So doesn't it make sense that they're going to report the most controversial, most sensationalist media they can to try to hook watchers in? Of course it does. Glenn Beck, for example, how does he open his anything? Go buy gold from goldline.com. I wonder how much goldline.com, pays him to say that. Don't you think it would make more sense that if you want to actually invest your future in gold, why not buy it locally? Put the money back into the community you live in. That would help the economy more than going to a website and buying the gold. Seriously. And my biggest beef with Glenn Beck isn't his gold thing. It isn't even his political views. My biggest beef with Glenn Beck is that he claims he talked to God. I have a problem with that because, quite frankly, Glenn Beck is crazy. That's my opinion. That's not fact. But it is a fact that he claimed he talked to God. Like, I got a beard, I'm God, I sit in heaven and watch what you do, in the bathroom. Yeah, I'm God, I see that. This guy is who Glenn Beck claimed he talked to, and God gave him a plan. And well, that rally that he had a couple of months ago. He claimed there was a miracle at the rally because he said there was going to be a miracle before it happened. You know what he claimed was his miracle? A freaking flock of geese. That's so unusual. Geese, they're birds that live in flocks and they fly together, flew over his rally. Oh my gosh, it's a miracle. Yep, that is divine intervention right there. God made those geese fly over his rally. Yeah, sure, he wanted to get an Air Force flyover and couldn't do it. And then these birds who migrate in the winter in flocks in the fall were flying over the Glenn Beck rally. I guarantee if you look it up, they were probably flying in a southerly direction. It's just a hunch I have. It's not a miracle, people. Wake up. If you believe that's a miracle, you're not very smart. I'm sorry. Use your brain. Even if you are Christian and, believe in miracles and whatnot, which there are things that happen that aren't explained. Of course there is. A flock of geese is not a miracle. This man claims to have talked to God. All he's doing is preying on Christians, okay, trying to sell more gold. It's all about the money, whether it's Glenn Beck, whether it's Rush Limbaugh. Though with Rush Limbaugh, he's so far right-wing, I actually think he fakes it half the time just for the attention and the money. Fox News, it's for nothing but the money. These people don't care about you and whether you get real news because they don't report real news. All they do is report sensationalist media. And that's it. There's nothing good on TV news anymore. If you see a story on TV that you think, hey, that's an interesting story, it might be news. Research it yourself. Find out all the facts and find out what really happened. Like those firefighters that Fox News likes to back and support, that let that man's house burn down because he didn't pay a $75 fee. His neighbor's house was on fire. They put it out. His house with all of his possessions, belongings, and pets in it was on fire. The firefighters stood there and watched it burn. That's not right. But yet, Fox News backs him up. They did the right thing. He didn't pay the fee. So what? Firefighters are supposed to be heroes. Doesn't matter if anybody paid the fee. They're supposed to save lives. They let his pets die. I mean, that's deplorable. That's horrible. Seriously. It's just how can not you people, not the people watching me directly, just how can people in general buy into Fox News and buy into major media? You know what I watch? Like, the most news program I watch is The Daily Show and The Colbert Report, and they're both satirical. They're not serious, and too many people take them seriously. Just like too many people take Fox News seriously. The only difference between the two is Fox News tries to be serious. It's sad. Why can't people just think for themselves, look up the facts? Yeah, what I think about Fox News is my opinion based on facts that I've read. I'm not going to give you those facts because if you're sitting there watching this, you're on YouTube. You can easily click up in that little title bar up there, actually URL bar, and type in google.com, and then this is a tough one, hit the enter button. And then look up what you want to know. It's Google. It works great. It really hasn't failed in a long time. It's awesome. So I don't feel the need for me to list a huge list of URLs in my description of this video saying, here's the facts that Fox News is biased. Go find it out for yourself. And you know what? If you like Fox News, cool. But at least make an educated opinion about it. Don't just buy what they're spoon feeding you. Think for yourselves. Don't just be a sheep. That's the saddest thing you can be. And it's horrible that I see people that I actually care about buying into Fox News and what they say about people. I mean, if you look at half of the footage they use of like politicians and people speaking on there, it's cut up, especially the pre-recorded stuff. It's cut up to make it look like something completely different. Look at reality TV. It does the same thing. You watch The Real World. If you actually watch the original Real World or any reality show and watch the footage in order without their cutting for dramatic effect, it'd be pretty boring. It'd be extremely, extremely boring and just straight stupid. They have to edit that stuff to make it interesting. Editing can do phenomenal things. I'm sure I could take this video and edit it and make it completely different than what it is now. Well, I couldn't. I don't know anything about editing, but I'm sure I could find someone that could. So, I mean, it's not hard to do. People do this. Fox News does it. CNN does it. MSNBC does it. They all do it. It doesn't matter if you're conservative. It doesn't matter if you're liberal. You're a human being. So is everybody else on the planet. Everyone. It doesn't matter if you're black, white. It doesn't matter if you're Muslim. It doesn't matter if you're Christian. It doesn't matter if you're Buddhist. You're human. Yeah, there's extremists. There's extremists in Christianity. What is that, the Hillsboro Baptist Church? Seriously? My personal belief, I think we should take these people, put them on a boat, and send them off into the ocean and just leave them there. They're horrible, despicable people. If there is a hell, they're going to it. No matter what they try to tell you. These people that stand out inside of abortion clinics saying that they're murderers and whatnot, they don't know what these girls' stories are. Some hospitals make people get abortions because they'll die if they don't, and they still have to put up with these picketers. It's sad. It really is. Guess what? Leave people alone. Let them make their own decisions. But this all stems from earlier this week, what I said earlier. This event that I was invited to, I decided to troll it. I decided to say some nice curse words towards Glenn Beck and Fox News to see what would happen. And guess what happened? Exactly what I thought. People acted childish because I did. But they reacted. And they didn't even react intelligibly. Seriously. The first comment was, wow, you're so informed. You're an idiot. You look like a child and act like one too. I was, of course, I don't remember looking like anything before in my life. But I went on to describe how Glenn Beck, claimed to talk to God, which I do not believe. And if you believe it, I'm sorry. But seriously, and then I went on to explain what an internet troll was. And after I explained what an internet troll was, everyone got silent because then they realized how stupid they really were. And it's sad that people fall for that people fall for Fox News, because all they are kind of like a mainstream troll. Think about that one.